Hi there. Are you someone who suffers frequently from anxiety or extreme nervousness? Maybe you have difficulty sleeping at night, and when you wake up in the morning you're still tired and tired throughout the whole day? What about chronic back pain, or maybe even a respiratory problem, a chronic problem like asthma? Or do you just have difficulty thinking a lot, maybe what they call brain fog? Well, if you're having any of these experiences, you may be living a response to prolonged stress or even unresolved trauma, which is really diminishing the quality of your life. However, there is good news, and that is that there is a fast-acting, easy, completely painless solution to that problem. And that's what I'm here to show you and tell you about. Want to know what it is? Just keep watching this video and I'll show you. Hello again, I'm back. My name is Dan Stodt, creator of the Body Empathy Method and the Healthy Pain-Free Body Formula. And a part of the Body Empathy Method involves what many people believe to be the world's #1 anti-stress, anti-trauma, anti-aging treatment, the reset massage. And this is the second in a series of 4 short videos in which I'm going to demonstrate to you a little bit what is this unique massage treatment unlike any other in the world today. And to do this, I've asked my friend Robin, who was the model in the first video. I will provide a link for that in the description below if you want to check out the first video. Maybe you should look at that even first before watching this, but in any case, should be down there. So, Robin, would you please lie down on your side like before? In the previous video, the first one, I explained how our universal response to stress in everyone almost always involves breathing in, which we do when we're startled or frightened, and then getting stuck in that position. And so I showed one technique, one way that I invite the person on the table to let go of those tensions with the help of my hands. I also mentioned, however, though, it's very important whenever I work with someone and their body that I'm very comfortable and relaxed in my own body. Because if I'm not relaxed and tense, I cannot induce relaxation in another person. So whenever I'm working with someone, giving this reset massage treatment, which is designed to reset the entire nervous system back to its original pre-stress, pre-trauma state at the level of the brain or the mental state, at the level of the muscles, and at the level of the autonomic nervous system. To do that, I have to be comfortable. I have to be relaxed and create a space that in some ways is almost contagious. Sometimes when people are in the room watching me work or demonstrate, they begin to relax. They get this kind of contact relaxation. So this is a part of the work. Through my own relaxation, I transmit it. I create this space in which the person feels very safe and protected and respected. I never insist on anything. Instead, I invite and I offer the person support with my hands so that they can feel how their body is. If they're holding it unnecessarily, letting go, and as a result of that, continue to invite them to enter more fully into the body. And I do it in such a way that the movements that I do, which you'll see now are more dynamic in the previous one, they create a lot of sensation that the brain uses almost like a form of like a nutrient, like a form of nutrition that it's missing and needing to connect with the body. And if the body has been in a state of imbalance, it spontaneously reorganizes the body, whether that's a part or the whole posture, into a more balanced, harmonious state. Imagine. Now, the last thing I'll say before beginning to work is that there's a lot of talk these days on the internet, on YouTube that is, for people who work in the area of stress reduction and even trauma. They talk about the autonomic nervous system, and in particular the vagus or vagal nerve connection, which is a very important nerve that originates in the brainstem and goes down into the abdomen, and it controls the entire digestive system, and it works both ways. What does that mean? It means that if you have a lot of tension in your neck for some reason, it's going to affect your digestion. Or, on the other end, if you have a lot of tension, a lot of congestion in your abdomen, there's a very good chance that that's going to repercuss and affect your neck. It's going to create tension in your neck. So it becomes a vicious cycle. So in the protocol that I normally do and teach, I begin by releasing this pattern of holding the breath on the inhalation and restoring a more natural rhythmical breathing, relaxing the diaphragm muscle. Then I'll work in the area of the neck to help the vagus nerve, the muscles that may be affecting the vagus nerve negatively by being in a hypertense state, to let go of that nerve so that the nerve can then begin to transmit more easily and do its thing in terms of its connection with the abdomen. In the video after this one, I'll show you how I work in the area of the abdomen, the other part of the vagal nerve connection, or brain, mind, body connection. So like with the chest, when I touch the person's hands, the first thing I'm going to do is just leave my hands there and give him, Robin, a sense of my hands being on his body that is completely neutral, that he can accept the presence of my hands on his body. And when I sense that he's comfortable with my hands on his body, I'm going to begin to press, alternating on one shoulder and then the other. And that's going to create a little side-to-side rocking motion in his head. Now, when most people work in the area of the neck and do massage, they're massaging the muscles and squeezing and pressing and doing all that. Can be okay, can be good, but this is a very different way of working with the muscles. When I do this, and I begin to create this side-to-side rocking or rolling motion of the head, as the head moves, the muscle fibers lengthen. If the person allows me to move their head indirectly in this way. Then I might put my hands at the base of the neck and do a similar movement. I'll sink in and continue this side-to-side rocking motion. And now the head is moving a little more. What I'm aware of is how the person is responding. In other words, are they allowing the head to move? Or are they holding it? Do they feel a need to protect their head, which is very common? We all tend to protect ourselves without realizing it, to control ourselves without realizing it in order to protect ourselves by holding on to the head with our neck muscles, often excessively. So this is maybe the most tricky or difficult area to work in because of this natural defense that the person has to hold on to their head using their neck to hold on. And Rahmat had mentioned to me earlier when we were talking that he's been having a certain amount of discomfort in his neck and shoulders lately. So I'm very pleased that he's allowing me to move his body this way and create movement in his head area without offering any so-called resistance, let's say. And now I'm changing the movement a little bit. It's still a side-to-side movement, but my hands are in a different position now, and I'm adding a head nodding motion. So now the head is doing this as well as that. So it's really being taken through a very complete range of motion. Just these few simple movements are liberating all of the tension in the neck at a rhythm which is comfortable, at whatever rhythm is comfortable for Robin to let go and allow me to move his head. This is based on a technique developed by Dr. Milton Traeger, who created this Traeger massage technique, which is unlike any in the world today. It all involves rhythmical rocking motions, which enable the muscle fibers to lengthen, enables the person to let go of their muscle tensions without any force. Always comfortable. It's like a way of almost sort of inviting and seducing the person to let go of their body. And to the degree that they're able to do this, the muscles yield their tension, the fibers lengthen, and you get this relaxation without any squeezing or pressing or all these kind of things that people do in other types of massage. It's quite ingenious, and it works. And the vagus nerve in the neck is affected by all that tension. So as Robin is able to let go of the neck muscles that have been holding onto the head, it frees the vagus nerve. It releases the pressure that those muscles are making on the vagus nerve so that it can then function better, it can function optimally compared to how it was or is when there is this excessive tension in the neck area. It's that simple. It's beautiful. It works. In the next video, I'm going to continue working with the whole vagal nerve connection, only showing you how I work more in the area of the abdomen to release this excessive muscle tension, which is usually unconscious and more often than not caused by prolonged stress or even trauma. So keep your eyes open for that video. And I'd like to say something else. Ask Robin to come up from the table. So turn on your side, Robin, please. Moving slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay, how are you feeling?
Good.
Good, right? You look at this nice fluffy head of hair there. Now, what I wanted to say is that a couple of things. One is, if you are someone who is suffering in some way, either because of prolonged stress or trauma, and you happen to be in Barcelona, Spain, where I live and work, would it be such a bad idea to contact me and experience the benefits that this type of reset massage treatment could offer you, could provide for you? Or even if you don't live in Barcelona, you could come for a short week-long intensive and experience what I call the Healthy Pain-Free Body Formula, in which I not only treat you with my hands 2 or 3 times, but teach you self-care exercises that enable you to use the way you breathe and the way you move your body to create an optimal state of health, to care for yourself in the safest and most practical ways. And if looking at me and watching all this, you're someone who, like many years ago, has a desire to connect with people in an intimate way and in a healing way, and to become a source of healing and of light for other people and for your community, I am now beginning to teach people how to do the reset massage treatment, how to become a specialist in this. So if the opportunity to do that interests you, please contact me. And I have a gift for you if you want. A video in which I teach an original self-massage technique, a self-care exercise of the abdomen. So if any of those things are of interest to you, send me an email. Send it to infobodyempathy@gmail.com. And if you would like that free gift, just say, please send me the self-massage, self-care video, and I'll be happy to do it. Meanwhile, to finish, as I like to say, in a world increasingly obsessed with everything extreme, the body empathy method is a much needed and common sense alternative. Keep your eyes open for the next video in this series of 4, and I will see you then. Bye for now.